the tunnel on COVID, and with so many people vaccinated, people are ready to travel. That has always been part and parcel of American life. People want to travel, they need their passports, and they need their visas. But unfortunately, we have a real problem, and that is that the State Department has been so backlogged because of COVID. People didn't apply for any visas and any passports while COVID happened, and now there's a deluge, and they don't have the personnel to do it. So people are waiting months and months and months. Here are the people behind me. First, we have Ezra and Maki. They're residents of Brooklyn, Bay Ridge. They hope to honeymoon in Tanzania. Their travel starts on the 25th, which is 3 days from now. Raise your hands, Ezra and Maki. Thank you. Then we have Catherine. Catherine's from Richmond Hill, Queens. She's a teacher at PS 90. She works summer school. So this is her 50th birthday, and she wanted to go to Columbia. She wants to go by August 4th. Where are you? Thank you. And that's her family, her nice family. Then we have Cindy. Cindy's from Long Island. She's from Valley Stream. She's a teacher in New York City. She worked in person through the pandemic and is working summer school. She booked a trip to Lisbon, Portugal, 8/1 with her 2 daughters, Cindy. There they are. And finally, we have Shanika. She's a Staten Island resident. She's a nurse at Staten Island University Hospital. She worked the entire pandemic, and that was risky. We know that. And could miss the first vacation in a year, and she wants to go to Mexico with her kids. Shanika, where are you? There you are. And there's your beautiful daughter, Sandy, who's 9 years old, I asked. Okay, so we have lots of people here in this story. The stories of Ezra and Maki and Catherine and Cindy and Shanika could be repeated the story, thank you for that rousing ovation. The stories of Ezra and Maki and Catherine and Cindy and Shanika, they could be repeated tens of thousands of times. My office has been deluged. I was going to pick it up, but I didn't want to do it mid-sentence. The story of these folks could be repeated tens of thousands of times. My office has been deluged with people who've been planning their vacation, who have reservations, who have tickets, and have waited weeks and even months to get passports and visas. So today we are calling on the State Department to put some more emergency personnel in those 2 areas, passports and visas, so people won't have to wait months and be on tenterhooks that they might not be able to go away to their long-planned wedding or honeymoon or travel plans or seeing a loved family member that they haven't seen in years. There are so many different reasons. Okay? Okay. So these folks and tens of thousands of others in New York, maybe 100,000, have handed in their paperwork, and now they're in what we call passport purgatory. They are in passport purgatory. New Yorkers are missing weddings, they're missing business trips, they're missing birthdays, they're missing reunions with loved ones they haven't seen in a year and a half. Trip is planned, tickets are bought, reservations are made, no passport, no visa, it all goes up in smoke. Even honeymooners are desperately worried they won't be able to go on their honeymoon, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
I don't know if they say this in Tanzania, but in Brooklyn we'd say Mazel Tov. Congratulations. Okay, so with the way that the slowdown in passports and visas, it's not kiss the bride, it's kiss your honeymoon goodbye. That is what we cannot have. So I understand the State Department's dilemma. They're just deluged. They've never gotten more applications. But I don't understand. I talked to Secretary Blinken a week ago about this personally, and I don't understand why they can't do more. They have very good trained personnel, and all they have to do is shift several hundred over to this division on a temporary basis and make the backlog go away. That's all we're asking to be done. And since we know COVID caused a lot of problems and the nation shut down, but now the nation is opening up and so must the State Department's Visa and Passport Division, plain and simple. Let's see what else I got to say here. Okay. Yeah, we're asking the feds to work day and night to help the citizenry. That's what they're supposed to do. And we cannot have weeks and even months-long waiting times for these passports, and many of them are several months. Okay? Okay. So let me give you a little more background here. Listen to this. I'm underestimating the problem. According to the State Department, general passport services can now take up to 18 weeks when it was 6 weeks before COVID. That's for a passport. While expedited service, which used to take anywhere a few days, now can take up to 12 weeks. Expedited service, you pay $60 and they speed things up. As noted by the New York Times, Americans in need in passport in less than 4 weeks have limited options. And so we need them to do this, okay? The State Department, as Majority Leader, I would pledge to the State Department, if they need some temporary increase in funding to do this, we'll do everything we can to make sure they get it. But they don't have to wait for Congress to pass something. They should put the personnel on the job, and we'll make up for it in the next budget reconciliation bill or the next budget bill. Okay? Leaving anything out, Mr. Angelo? No. Okay. Questions on this topic? Sure. This is not a real passport, but it looks like it. Anyone else?
Craig, you're okay?
Here you go, Craig. Great.
Senator, in terms of the issue at hand here, the State Department has said that they can't do anything virtually, they can't do a lot of this virtually due to security concerns. They also don't want to bring everyone back into the office at the same time. So how do you balance it?
They got to figure it out. I mean, this is just unacceptable, and they can figure it out. And maybe they should do virtual, or maybe they should find some other way, but they got to do it.
Are you sympathetic at all to that argument?
I'm sympathetic. Look, I don't. The State Department's a good agency filled with tens of thousands of good public servants, but all too often the bureaucracy says we've always done it this way, we have to do it this way, and doesn't meet the new needs, which are real. Anyone else?
Regarding travel restrictions, do you agree with the current state of affairs where people can't come into the U.S.? Do you think this is working?
Well, in what I mean, many people can come into the U.S.
The restrictions haven't changed since Biden.
No, I know that he's looking at them. I don't know the details of what he's doing yet.
And you're also pushing Canada.
Yes, we are. One of the places where I think it's not working is Canada, with our big long border, and we have pushed the Canadian government. American government's willing to open up the border, and I have asked now the Secretaries Blinken and Mayorkas as recently as this weekend to just do it on the American side. Let any Canadian who wants to come in, even if Canada doesn't want to let our citizens in.
Does it make sense that, for instance, a citizen from the EU can go to a place like Mexico, stay there?
Yeah, look, I think the travel restrictions, I just don't want to get into the details, but I think the travel restrictions, they have to be done carefully and safely, but should be cognizant of the new vaccination levels of all the new countries. Okay? Okay?
And then Beth had just an update, legislative update.
Beth?
Yes, Wednesday's vote. Stick with the deadline.
Yeah, look, there's no reason that the bipartisan group can't come to an agreement by Wednesday. Okay.
And then does any of our friends want to say anything?
Want to say anything?
I just appreciate the fact that you're looking into this matter for us and that you're a senator that we can count on. So thank you so much.
Make sure you say that.
Craig from Newsday asked us if you'll... You want to do it in front of
Just say it in front of them. Tell them how to spell your name.
I just want to say it's great that we have a senator that we can count on, and when we think that there's no option, that you're there to listen and that you're a person for the people. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell us, if you don't mind, a little bit about your situation?
My name is Cindy Cinder Singh, and I've been an in-person city teacher. I work in South Bronx. I've also been teaching summer school, and I didn't even realize that my passport was up for renewal. And I'm thinking, like, before COVID, it would be renewed in like 3 to 4 weeks max, not knowing it's 12 weeks. And my 2 daughters, they're so excited about going to Portugal, and now we're like, you're stuck. So,
Do you have reservations?
yeah, we have reservations. We all got vaccinated, so we were really looking forward to going. And this is a trip of a lifetime for them. So, I'm just hoping that after a tough year for everyone, that we can do this.
Well said.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
How far away is the trip, if you don't mind me asking?
Portugal.
August
When
1st.
is the date?
It's the 1st of August.
First of August, okay.
Yeah.
Okay? Yes.
Senator Schumer, the you spoke with Secretary Blinken.
Yes.
What was his reaction coming?
He said he wants to try and help. He has to deal with some of the problems that were mentioned, but he said he wants to try to help. But I'm here to light a little bit of a fire under the State Department. Okay? Thank you, everybody. Thank you, great guests. Thank you.